Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Addie, and today we are going to be letting my TBR jar pick my November TBR. I realized when I was trying to figure out how I was going to pick my TBR for this month, also it's already November 3rd, so I was like, should probably get on this, and I realized I haven't done one of these videos in a very long time. I think like since last November, to be honest, and I love these videos, so I don't know why I stopped doing them, but that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm very excited. We are going to be picking out 9 books. And do I ever read 9 books? No. But a girl likes to have options. And I don't like to be at the end of the month being like, ooh, I don't want to read any of these books, actually. We are just going to get into it. I have some old prompts here and I wrote a few new ones, so I have no idea what I'm gonna get. I haven't done this in so long. The first prompt is on my 2024 TBR, and I think I'm going to switch that to my 2025 TBR because it just helps me more with my reading goals. I think I wrote that one last year, but we're gonna switch that up. I have my reading journal right here, so we can just go and look at my 2025 TBR. We have some really good options. Oh, Oathbringer, Winter Garden looks good. I either am in between. I really want to finish some more series this month. I'm either gonna go with Harry Potter or Oathbringer. So I would like to read the 6th Harry Potter, but I also really want to finish Oathbringer this year, so I think that's what's more important. I'm not gonna finish Oathbringer this month, but I'm on part 2 currently, and I would like to get to part 3. So let's just call that the goal for November. Get to part 3. Not the best system in the world. The bowl there, the TBR there, and do a little bit better of an angle. So let's move on to the next prompt. Oh, they're falling down. Okay, but we picked one. Ask a friend. I know who I'm asking for this. I'm gonna ask 2 friends. Let's see, actually, let me see which one is home. Neither of them are home. I'm going to text them in the group chat and say, hey, I'm doing a video and I need my friends to pick my next read. Are there any books on my shelves that you think I should read? Or should I send options? So I just sent the text. We'll come back to it. We'll see what they respond. Also, it's Maddie and Lucy. You guys know Maddie and Lucy. Ooh, this one I was hoping for. A thriller mystery book. And I really wanted this one because I got the new Frida McFadden for my birthday and I would love to read it. So I am so excited. I know this is about a little girl who comes all bloody to like this woman's cabin. My mom started reading this and she told me that the main character is a teacher, and I'm going to be a teacher if you guys didn't know. So that makes it a whole other level of like spooky scary, and I'm so excited to get to this one. I also love the sprayed edges on the side. What is she hiding? I want to know what she's hiding. So this one is definitely intrigues me. I also just love Frida McFadden books because they don't get too like gory or like too terribly frightening, so I could like read them alone in my apartment and like not freak out. I also feel like thrillers are like the perfect time to read this. Is like November when it's starting to get cold, really cold, and it's like that shift to winter. You just want to like curl up with a book, but you're still yearning for like the spooky season, but like you can't really read like Halloween type books anymore. So this one is absolutely perfect. So I got my text back and I totally forgot. Lucy had just read Out on a Limb and she absolutely loved it, and she knows I own it, and she texted, "Out on a limb now." And Maddie said to send some options, and I'm so sorry, Maddie. I love you so much, but I think Lucy's right. I think it's time to read Out on a Limb. So this one I'm so excited about. Lucy just like loved it, and I'm like so intrigued. She said like the banter is really good. I've never read a Hannah Bonham Young book before, so definitely excited to jump into this. I haven't read a romance since, what was that one I read? If It Makes You Happy. I loved that book, so I've kind of been scared to go into another romance as I know how much I love that one. Like, I didn't want to be disappointed, but you know what, I'm gonna trust Lucy on this and I'm gonna jump into Out on a Limb. So very excited. Next read, a new series. It's like the last thing I need in my life is a new series, but you know what, TBR jar has spoken. Let's see which series has been on my mind. Oh, I have an idea. Project Hail Mary is definitely one that's been on my radar. Project Hail Mary is definitely what's speaking to me at the moment. I've also really wanted to start Game of Thrones, but I don't know if that's something I want to invest in right now in the middle of Oathbringer. You know what? I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna go with Project Hail Mary for a new series because the movie's gonna come out soon and I am just so excited. I've heard nothing but fabulous things about this book and I just got it. And to keep it from drifting to the TBR graveyard, I think I'm going to end up picking this one up this month. And I don't read a ton of sci-fi, so I would love to hop into some sci-fi and see how I like it. So I'm pretty excited. I love the movie The Martian, and that's like he wrote the book The Martian. So very excited, and I've heard great things. So this is gonna be the 4th book on the TBR. Let's do the next one. Oh, I just picked this, a book from the birthday haul, and so many amazing options here. Truly, I want to read every book on the birthday haul. There's 2 I would really like to read though, and that's Blood Trader and The Second Death of Locke. I really want to read both of these this month, so these are both very high on my priorities, so I'm not sure. I think I want to finish the series, so I'm gonna go with The Blood Trader, but I'm going to try and fit this into another prompt later in the video. This is the 3rd book in the Prison Healer series, and if you've seen the last few of my videos, you know I've been really enjoying the series lately, and I would just love to see how it ends. The last book ended on a massive cliffhanger, and I am just so intrigued to continue on in the series. I've heard the best. This one's the highest rated out of all of them, so I'm definitely intrigued to see too how the series is progressing, how it's gonna end. My girl Kiba is in some deep crap right now, and I'm also trying to be good about finishing series, so that's what we're gonna be doing. It'll be like a good like swap, like I'm starting a new series, ending a series, so like it needs to have like the TBR needs balance, you know. So let's pick the 6th book. How are we already on 6? This always goes by so fast. A fantasy book. Perfect. I feel bad because like usually these videos people like contemplate and like think deeply about like what they want to do, and sometimes I do, but sometimes I have a pretty good idea of like what I want to be reading next, and if these videos end up being like 10 minutes long, but that's okay. So I'm gonna go with The Second Death of Locke by V.L. Bovalino. I'm so intrigued to pick this one up. It's just like ever since I've seen it like floating around the bookish sphere, I have not been able to stop thinking about it. It's about Gray, who is like a knight and her mage. Like a knight like protects the mage like with everything they have. Gray is like somehow magical, which am very curious to see. Oh, so for Gray, if she dies, all magic dies with her. That's crazy. That's a lot of pressure. So I'm very intrigued to see what this one's about. I also just haven't read like a fantasy in a while. Like I've read very like grim, like with fantastical gothic elements, but like I want just a fantasy. I'm very excited about this book. So I'm glad I got both of them on there. So now we have our 7th book on the TBR. Let's see. 2 or more authors. Ooh. I don't know if I have one with 2 or more authors. This one might just be a very like whatever I can find. Oh, okay. We have Krista and Becca Ritchie for Dishonestly Yours. I don't know if I want to read this though. I've been highly thinking about unhauling it as much as I love their other series. Oh, here we go. Here's 2 or more authors with Scarlet Princess. This one also has been sitting on my TBR for a long time. Oh, here we go. This is a book I've been wanting to read. The Academy by Ellen Hildebrand and her daughter Shelby Cunningham, which I think is really cool that it was like a mother-daughter duo thing. Me and my mom used to always like want to write a book together when I was little. My ideas were not good, but she humored me, and I appreciate that about her. Alright, well I think I have my answer. These 2 might be unhauled because when I picked them up as my only 2 options, I wanted to just forget about the prompt altogether. So these ones might be going to the donation pile. If anyone would like these, let me know. Not sure if I'll be picking these up. I need to think about them. I'm putting them to the side because like that reaction I had in me about picking them might not be good. But I'm going to go with The Academy. Honestly, I haven't heard the best things about this, which makes me nervous. But I'm going to give my girl Ellen the benefit of the doubt, and I love her books, so I'm still gonna read it. So I'll read anything she writes. But I'm interested because this one is not her Nantucket summer series that she's been doing like literally forever. This is her New England boarding school book. This kind of gives me a little bit of Gossip Girls vibes because it's secrets, rumors, dangerous liaisons at an elite New England boarding school. That's giving Gossip Girl. I think there's a Gossip Girl type like person. There's a new app called Zip Zap. Scandalous blind items start appearing across the phones and nobody is safe. I feel like this sounds like Gossip Girl, and I always rewatch the Gossip Girl Thanksgiving episodes this time of year, so I feel like this will be a perfect November read. So very excited to add this to the TBR. And let's go with the 8th book on the TBR. A book with a number in the title. Let's see what I have. Like, I like the ultra specific ones where like I have to like actually look through my books. Like a fantasy book, I'm like, oh, it's a fantasy book I've been wanting to read. But for a number in the title, I'm like, wait, I actually have to like look through my books. Nothing on the TBR part. Okay, here we have, so I'm sorry if I haven't been showing you these very well. We have One by One by Ruth Ware, which is from my mother, so have high hopes for that one. Oh, One Dark Window, would love to read this. Does anyone think First Down counts as a number? First? No. No, that doesn't count, I fear. Same thing, 5th Season. Is that a number? Who's to say? Oh. We have 5 Broken Blades, which I totally forgot this book existed on the TBR, which I don't think out of those two that would be picked, but you know, it's nice to be reminded of its existence. Oh, One of the Girls. That's more like a summer read though. A lot of ones. Probably missing one because I'm not looking that deeply, but that's okay. So we either have One by One or One Dark Window. Let's look for the holes in the TBR. I feel like we have enough gothic fantasies with Second Death of Locke, but I really liked Rachel Gillick and I'd like to read another one by her. But we also have One by One, and it's giving snowy, and we're about to get our next snow, which is exciting, but I already have a thriller. And I usually don't need more than one thriller on the TBR. I usually reach for fantasy more, so I'd like to give myself more fantasy. Now this is a ponder. This is a ponder. I am very excited to have something to actually like keep me on my toes a little bit. It's a toughie. I don't know. This one's so hard because I really want to read a Ruth Ware and I'm very intrigued. But I also just really have been wanting to read One Dark Window for a long time. It's either being predictable or going a little bit outside of my comfort zone. That's kind of what the vibe is. You know what? I'm gonna read One Dark Window. I'm sorry, Mom. I love you deeply, but she's just gonna go up there for now. I just really would like to read another Rachel Gillick, and I feel like this time of year is the perfect for like a gothic fantasy. I'd like to keep up with the fall reading as long as fall will allow me to, because winter is coming and I am scared. Not like scared as in like I don't like winter. It's not my least favorite season. I just know I'm gonna be cold. And I will romanticize it when the time comes. But for right now, we still have the fall reads. Last one, I'm so excited. This book's, I'm gonna keep doing these. Like I'm gonna go back to doing these every month. This is so fun. I must have put these in last December because it's a holiday romance. And as much as I would love to read a holiday romance, I already read my Thanksgiving romance, unfortunately. I'm gonna pick another one, but save this for December because I think that'll be a great one for December, but I don't want to read a Christmas one right now. It's not time. Okay, we have a Greek mythology retelling. What is a girl to do? So the obvious one I have is Piranesi. And I do usually read a Greek mythology in November. It's not like something I like think to do, like, oh, I need to read my Greek mythology in November. It just like kind of happens to happen every year, which I guess has happened to happen again this year. And last year I read Ariadne, which was so good. But let's see if there's any other ones on the TBR. I'm sure there are. Oh, I have the Iliad. I ain't reading the Iliad this month. Not with Oathbringer on my mind. I thought I had more than this. I must have read them. I'm sure I do have more, but nothing I'm like dying to read. So I think I'm gonna go with Piranesi. I've just heard the most fabulous things about this book. It's a women's prize for fiction in 2021, which is fabulous. It's under 300 pages, which is always a plus, unlike the Iliad up there. But I'm very, very excited to get to this. I just want to be like in the loop pretty much. I think this is a retelling obviously of Piranesi. I haven't read anything about Paradisi. This is definitely a new Greek mythology person that I have not yet explored, so I'm very excited. Last year was Ariadne, and I never heard anything about Ariadne, and I love her, and I loved that book so deeply. I think it was 5 stars, so I have high hopes because I just love Greek mythology, and I'm very intrigued by it. So this one is a very nice surprise on the TBR. So let's go through the TBR one more time together. We have Paradisi by Susanna Clark, One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig, The Academy by Ellen Hildebrand, The Second Death of Locke by V.L. Bovalino, The Blood Trader by Lynette Noni, Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir, Out on a Limb by Hannah Bodum Young, The Intruder by Frida McFadden, and Oathbringer by Brandon Sanderson. You know what? Maybe Thanksgiving break will come as the biggest surprise in the world and I just lock in, but at least I will get to the next part. So this is the TBR for the month, and I'm so excited. I think it's going to be so good. I am so excited about all these. I'm definitely gonna start with The Intruder. It's just been on my radar for some reason. Like, something about it has just been speaking to me, and definitely will be reading Out on a Limb for my girl Lucy. And I'm just very excited about the options that we have for this month. So if you would like to see me reading any of these books, I can assure you they will be in a few reading vlogs. So if you want to check those out, or my past reading vlogs, please go check those out and subscribe if you like them. They come out every week and we have a fun time. We'll be chatting, we'll be pondering about the books, so I'm very excited. Also, if anyone has read either of these, and let me know if like it's a keep or I could live without it kind of thing, you know? Because sometimes I look at my shelves and I used to not be as intentional about the books that I bought, so I feel like I try to be more intentional now, but sometimes I look back and I'm like, what was I thinking? Like, I don't want to read this. It doesn't bring me joy. It doesn't bring me excitement when I think about it. But you know what? I did buy it for a reason, so if someone thinks that it's a good read, let me know. But either way, I'm very excited about this TBR. But that brings us to the end of this week's video. If there's any books on this TBR that you would very specifically like my opinion on, like me to read, please let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching this week's video. If you like me or my channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. I post every Tuesday. Also, let me know which books are on your November TBR. I am so curious. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have the most fabulous week, and I can't wait to talk to you guys soon. Bye!